Okay, for this project, you will be designing a car. It does not need to look exactly like a particular car. This is my Prius. But there are some other criteria that I'm going to go over so that you understand what is necessary to achieve a certain grade for the project. So you will be doing a paper sketch showing the top and front view. You will also be doing an inventor model like the one you see in front of you, and then you will be constructing the car. Okay, so let's take a look at the criteria line by line. First, in Inventor, all your sketches should be fully constrained. What does that mean? That means that when you open up a particular part, let's open up this part right here. If I right-click, edit sketch, you see the lines are black, not blue. Right? That means it's got all its dimensions needed and it's referenced to the origin. Okay, let's take a look at second criteria, the construction. When you build it, your edges should be flush. That means they're lined up. You can kind of see that on the design. If you look at the assembly, when this orange piece, the tab is the tab of this piece, when it sticks out or sticks through the red piece, it's lined up, it's flush. So if I looked from the top, you wouldn't see anything sticking out. Okay, so that's what flush means. The overall height, width, and depth matches the original design in your paper sketch. So you're going to sketch it on paper first, like you did with the formative assignment, showing all your parts and your design and your dimensions. And then your model on the computer should match what you've sketched on paper. If you decide you need to make any changes, that's fine. You just have to document those changes and submit them so that when I look at your construction, it still matches your design. Okay, all pieces have mechanical connections. Again, this is for level 3, tabs and slots. So basically, if you look at the orange piece, it's got a tab into the red piece. If you look at the yellow piece, it's connected to the red with tabs right there. Okay, so that's what it's meant by tabs and slots. These little pieces that stick out and insert into each other. Okay, let's next criteria. The motor can be removed and replaced in 1 minute or less. Okay, that's why we did the motor holder assignment. So you have a little slot that the motor can slide in and out of, right? So you don't need glue. Again, that's for level 3. The motor and batteries are hidden from 2 of the 3 views. Now, I didn't say 3 out of 3, but what that means is you can't see it when you look from 2 of the 3 views. So, for example, right now I can see the motor. So let's check the front view. The motor is hidden. The top view, I can see the motor, and from the right view, I can see the motor. So that would not qualify as level 3 because only from 1 view is the motor hidden. It needs to be hidden from at least 2 views to get level 3. The pulley wheels can be removed and replaced in 5 minutes or less in order to test a full range of pulley ratios. Okay, so and that kind of goes in conjunction with this. The motor location or the axle location can be adjusted to allow for tension adjustments. What does that mean? Well, I kind of have something I've designed, which I'm going to share with you in my assembly, that allows for the motor to be adjusted. So I'm going to right click on this piece and hit visibility so we can see better. This piece right here is designed to move. These pieces are designed to move. That way, when I change the pulley wheel, right, this is my pulley wheel. If I swap it out for a small pulley wheel, I would have to move the motor back. If I put a big pulley wheel in, I would have to move the motor towards the pulley wheel, so that the tension can be adjusted so it's not too tight or too loose. So for level 3, you're going to be designing something. I've got my motor holder assembly here. I'll just rotate this so you can kind of see what it looks like. But basically, I've got a little piece that sticks down in the orange piece, and that's going to slide back and forth and keep the motor from rotating. I also have a hole right here where a screw is going to go, and that's going to keep the motor from moving up and down. So those two things will work together to keep the motor in place. So I don't have the screw in my model, but it would go right here in this little hole. So there's a slot for the screw, and there's a slot for this tab that sticks down. But basically, this allows for an adjustment of the motor. You can use my design, or you can come up with your own creative way to adjust it. Or if you wanted to, you could adjust the location of the axle, which is what we did for the fan boat. We had all those little holes in the tower on the fan boat to move the axle back and forth. But this allows for like lots of different positions as opposed to specific holes. So it's a little bit more adjustable than what we did for the fan boat. Okay, so those are the main components to the design. So if you are done with all of your formative assignments, you might want to start brainstorming and doing some quick freehand sketch ideas of how you think you want to achieve the criteria for a level 3 design.